Alright. So, off a couple coordinates for the cauldron and the caution. For the caution, take caution, and they wonder who called it. Catch a porpoise off of the porpoise and rearrange his purpose. They didn't understand how he did it. He was out faster than the tortoise. Core shits. Now they saying that they called the coordinates. Coordination backlash. Now they coming back for more clips. 4 kids. Watching MCs like 4 kids. Tuning in PG-13 rated 4 ships. 4 kids. Now they want to reel back more clips. Do a backflip. Tatsumaki. Senpu kits. They want to eat the whole beat like the cool kicks. Cool kids. Now they want to see them get the new flip. Bruce Lee jump fly the kick for a high beam. High scene, high streams, rolling up on my team, riding on a Lapras and looking like it's Aqua Teen, Hunger Force, Hungary, on a beat, I resume, coming through for your regime, wonder if it's not my time or my team, take you out your shine, then I take your sheen, Ultra Lord fools like they coming through for dreams, like they sheen, got called on a llama off a beam, and I just go off on 10, I don't know, it was like, yeah.
That's cool, that was lit.
Nah, man.
Hey.
It could be more lit, man. It could be more lit. Tune in. It's Barber, Raw Art, Fire. Like, support.
Wait, where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me in the streets. Nah.
Find me in the streets.
My Instagram is ShinLoneRed, ShinLoneRed. My SoundCloud is Akai Solo, Akai Solo.
It's all gonna be in the links below.
Yeah. So, no, thank you. Thanks.
Raw Art.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Maz Mercury here with Raw Art TV. Today I got a dope creative sitting next to me. I always got dope creatives, and we're gonna get to know him and see what he's about.
Yeah. What's up? Grip. Hi.
What's your name? Like,
My name's Akai Solo. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I represent Tase Grip. I represent real raps.
Word. So, what's the sauce that make you gifted? What you do?
Wait, what? Say that again?
What's the sauce that make you gifted?
Oh, the sauce. Yo, that's never been coined or like phrased like that before. I don't know. I guess I always liked writing back in like just from jump. My favorite subject in school has always been like English or literature, things like that. I love words and just playing with like phonetics and linguistics and the idea of conveying expression through language, and that always struck me. I started doing poetry in like middle school, and that kind of stayed in the back of my head, like a couple essays here and there. And then around my junior year of high school, me and my friends started just beating on the table at lunch and like cutting each other asses to horrible beats. And I guess someone saw some type of spark within whatever we were doing, and someone suggested that we just like kind of take it seriously. And then my 2 friends and I started this like really bad rap group called BDB, which I will not tell you what the acronym stood for because it's OD. And
what is it? 'Cause you,
nah.
Like, what?
And I went to college, and my friends kind of fell off of it, and I stuck with it. I gave myself a name. Then I guess I began to take it more seriously once I did that. And now we're here, I guess.
Word.
Blackness fuels the sauce. The
Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like that. All right, so you're a rapper. You've been performing for a while. You grew up in Brooklyn, right? So
Yes.
how has like Brooklyn influenced your music?
Place where Biggie at.
Nah, Brooklyn is like an interesting place because it's like a microcosm of a bigger thing that occurs to black people all over the world. And I guess for me to be in this specific part that I guess gets glamorized and like fantasized about for like that exact gritty type of lifestyle, it kind of inculcated into me this weird type of do or die mentality, and at the same time this source of like individuality that kind of allowed me to keep some type of internal composure so I wasn't swallowed up by like all of the constant things that like influence the average person. And that all comes from being in the city that it gets its name off of being its own entity. Like Brooklyn does not like swagger jack or like or take notes from other places. Like other places like usually happens in reverse.
Yeah.
So being in a place that's so like self-sufficient, I guess it started planting a lot of seeds in my head on how to carry on that torch and that idea and like everything that I do. And yeah, it's a work in progress daily. But, you know, shout out to Brooklyn. Like, I could have been born in, like, Arkansas or something. That could have been weird.
Word. Shout outs to
Brooklyn.
Grass.
Shout out Arkansas, but, like, I'm glad I'm not from there.
So,
Thanks.
let's talk about Two Girls.
Oh.
That's a project that you dropped a while ago. What was that?
Whack.
Nah, what? Shut up. You was annoying, man. Nah, but for real, look, tell them, well, how was it creating that project? Why Two Girls? Like,
Well, Two Gales. The name is, well, it started off as Gales, and Gales are strong winds. And the original idea behind that was that I wanted to create a project that symbolized or represented this new gust, this new air of just something. And specifically something because I'm very like infatuated with the idea of one being a variable, being very easily like adaptable and like malleable and able to like fit the situation and not be like restrained by it, if that makes sense. And I was just at this weird point in my life where I was going through mad shit and I wanted to try and compress all of that and still present it in a way in which it could be looked at positively and then like used as a tool of like progression and like upward mobility for myself and like other people. And then I fell off from that. I got super depressed, and then when I came back, I made a lot of music in between that. And then when I came back to the project, I didn't feel like Gales fit anymore. So I added the two because I started messing around with the concept of duality, and I realized that I've been observing that a lot in my like existence, like just like regular instances of duality, like man and woman, like the sky and like the earth, like black and white, and just seeing how all those concepts interact with themselves and how people are affected or impacted by those things, or how I was myself, and that bled its way into my project, and it sort of became this like mission statement, or like this introductory like passage to like this weird type of maze that my head is in, and it took and it was cool. I don't know.
I fuck with it though. I mean, you talk about it.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, and then you also, like I said earlier, you've been performing it a lot, and you've been like putting on events and things like that. So how is it when you go out to like, how do you prepare for a show? And you go, you know, like how does, or even the feedback from the crowd, like.
The feedback from the crowd, well, I'll just put you on something. I don't really prepare before shows. I kind of just surround myself with good people, like my homies and stuff. Watch some anime. You know, don't do drugs. Read a book. I have a bunch of PDFs on my phone. Like if I'm in transit or transports, in between traveling to places, like I'll just read that. Like I just keep something in my head that keeps me grounded, because when I'm not grounded, then anxiety catches up to me. And like, I'm an introvert by nature. Like the idea of me even wanting to rap is like, whoosh. So it's just like it just contradicts itself. So those types of things just hold me down as I prepare to go to a set or an event or something where I have to like be in front of people for a prolonged period of time. But that's not my main steez. And I just breathe. It all starts with a breath.
Right. And what about the feedback from the crowd?
The feedback from the crowd is cool. Like sometimes it ranges from positive to kind of just like deer in headlights, like just like not really understanding what occurred.
I can't. Deer in headlights. That's a good.
And it's like it's cool, I guess, because like it's not even like tooting my own horn, but I'm aware that I'm not like the regular, I guess, textbook definition of an MC. I know my subject content, the way that I present the ideas, like it's not some linear stuff. So I know that, especially in like the point in time that we are at now, especially with consumers consuming hip hop, it's just people are not usually trying to think. So that might be intimidating to people sometimes, and that's cool. I just tell people, enjoy yourself. If you want to move. If you want to do the hip hop things, do that. If you want to take a Instagram video of me in the cut and act like you're not doing it, that's cool. Just try to leave a better person than you came. Type stuff. And it's like whether I was the reason for that or whether it was the conversation you had with the bartender, it doesn't matter to me. Just
that's
come
dope.
good, leave better.
Right. That's dope. So you being a fan of anime, right? I feel
Yeah.
like in your music, you have a lot of like anime influences in it. So tell me, why anime? Like, what is it about anime that you love so much?
Well, to be honest, it just gave me, it was a cool path. It was a nice alternative, like, way for an odd black youth to try and find some type of like placement for himself. Because like obviously, like I'm not a thug. I'm not a thug. I'm not blessed with like amazing athleticism. I'm not 6 feet tall. Like I had braces for like majority of high school because of me like not even being on top of that. I still have them. I'm a walking like box of like contradictions and problems. So me coming back home from school at 2:35 or 4 and being able to find this like offbeat like show that encapsulated all of these wide concepts that I thought only existed in my head, and I could just chill here for like an hour or two. Like that was like really cool, and I didn't really find a lot of that comfort like in my peers. This isn't about to like descend into some self-hate tangent because blackness is fire, but it's just like I didn't really find that part of myself until much later. It was like I was kind of just winging it by myself with just me, a couple homies that I had that shared the same interests and anime, and like my mom and like my grandmother and all, like my mom and my grandmother like are Panamanian. They're from Panama. So me being the one that was American born, there's already a rift in between us, just because of the way that I take in this culture and the way that they were kind of thrusted into this culture. So I had to like try and traverse through that, and anime just held it down. Goku was there when my pops wasn't. Like not like no shade, but it's just like that's just how it is. And like things make sense later as you get older, and it's like it all fine this way. But yeah, anime just held it down. It was cool. It kept me from doing something stupid.
Right. So what inspires you?
Freedom, and like people that chase that, like just with any type of reckless abandon, and like the concept of not being restrained or being able to achieve your highest ambition, like that type of thing, like that pursuit, like I feel like that's one of the like purest ways to go about living your life. Like, it's not about whether you're a dishwasher, like a caddy, like if what you're doing provides you that sort of, you can gain some type of solace or freedom or retreat from whatever it is you do, like 50 miles per hour dash towards that. And when I see that, when I see the beginning of that forming, when you can feel it in a space, like people that are really like in charge of their existences, it's like that's a sort of mental like freedom that I feel like people should strive for more. And that's what I strive for. That's one of the reasons why I make music, and that keeps me up at night. Like that keeps me going, because I don't think I can achieve that freedom doing anything else.
Right.
And if I can't achieve that freedom, I don't know what's going to be good with the next several years.
Right.
I'm about
So,
to be up here.
I feel you. So tell me, like, you got the whole crew, Tase Grip and shit, and they support you. How does that make you feel?
Support is ill, especially when you have like vivid recollections of when you didn't have it. It's kind of like it's one of those things that just keeps. It's just another motivator. It keeps me very humble.
Right.
I don't know. I don't expect people to like my shit or like to have to like my shit. So whenever someone does, it's just like I just go back. It just reminds little junior year 15, 16-year-old me like, yo man, you didn't make the wrong decision. You're not boo boo.
Right.
Keep going.
And then,
like,
yeah,
oh.
right. It motivates you to keep going. So every time I see you too, you always have like, I don't know. Can you see this?
I don't know.
No, but you always have like some sort of scarf wrapped around your leg. So what, like, that's like a fashion statement for you.
Nah, I'm not fashionable. It's not a fashion statement. It's like, well, basically.
I mean, you inspired me one day to put that shit around my leg before.
Yo, good looks. But I had this Galaxy fabric, and this chick that I met, she would give me advice and stuff. She like makes clothes and stuff, and she had a bunch of the fabric in her crib. I was like, bro, can I like have a piece of that? And originally I was gonna tie her on my head, but like I have a weird shaped head, and when I tied her, I didn't have as much hair then, so when I tied her around my head, I looked crazy. Like I skated to the train station, and I was like, nah, I looked crazy. So I took it off. I put it. It was in several places before it got here. It went from my head to my arm. Then I put it in my back pocket. And I made sure to put it on my left because I didn't want people to think that I was like. I feel like if I put it in my left side and it wasn't blue, nobody would have thought I was Crip. And if I put it in my right pocket, somebody would have just made up some type of wild affiliation. So I used my one-on-one knowledge of gang logic to try and dodge like gunfire.
I feel you, man. You gotta be safe out here.
Yeah, but then it started getting snagged and stuff. So then I decided to put it around my leg one day. And the idea behind that was that I wanted to be able. It was a galaxy fabric, and I wanted it to represent me walking in and out of other people's universes. Like every time I interact with a person, like you, like him, like you all represent your own world. So I wanted this to be a reminder that I'm constantly walking in and out of different like possibilities and things like that. And
oh my God, that's cool.
So that's like your own stamp, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it was just like, I don't know. This was a gift, and I just carried on the concept because. I don't know, like, I started wearing my pants without it, and it felt weird. So I was just like, damn. So now I put this here, and the Galaxy one is somewhere in my room. I don't know where it's at.
Who are people you listening to right now that inspire you, like, to do your music?
Oh, Rock Marciano. Shout out Rock Marciano. Fire. He just dropped a project. I think it's Rosebuds Revenge Part 2, The Bitter Dose. You get that? West Side Gun. I liked 444. Jay-Z, babe. Yo, I like mental, emotional maturity like, and growth in black men. That shit is fire.
It was obvious that was like a whole level up.
That was a whole level up,
yeah,
man.
Word.
What else do I like? I listen to a lot of like old stuff. If it's not my homies, I'm pretty much bumping. I like Denmark Vesey. He's pretty current. Milo, Mac Hami. God Fahim. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Alright, but anyway, for you, what do you have coming up next?
Oh shit. A project that I like sent people some links to bump today. It's this EP called Crush Everything. And it's basically my version of No Ceilings. I don't know if you're familiar with that Little Wayne like iconic mixtape series of him just rapping on like beats of the time. And like I just took that concept of being an MC and just rapping on what you think is fire and not caring like whether this was like a seller or a hit or anything like that, just for the gusto and the art of rapping. I just took a bunch of beats that I liked and me and my homies were just bumping one day in the crib. Every time I heard one I liked, I would start writing to it. I'm like, yo, make a note of that one. Make a note of that one. Then we got to 11 and I was like, alright, I'm gonna drop this as a thing. And that's what I'm currently working on. There's another thing I'm working on, my bro Iblis, the ill producer. Check him out. And we have this group called, whenever we make music, we go by Mad Moon. And we're making a project called Mad Space. And that shit is fire. Like, I don't stand behind things. Like going off of what I said before about my music, like, I don't like to big up my shit, but that shit is heat. Like, I really like that. Like that project a lot. It means a lot to me. And I'm working on like 8 projects at the same time. It's pretty bad. I like write raps, I think, too much. It impedes into my socializing. It's very bad. And I just have like 8 different folders in my Google Drive account of like rough drafts and I just put to organize and remind myself that I'm working on it. And yeah, I'm working on like 3 projects. Expect the dump season to commence, man.
So do you have, you have a release date for the...
Oh, the Crush Everything thing? Yeah, I didn't announce it, but I mean, I guess I'll do it here.
Yeah, let the people...
420, you heard?
You gonna be back kicking and smoking your weed.
Yeah, man, hopefully everyone is, and even if you're not, just drink some water and bump it, man. Kiss your mama on the cheek and bump it.
Word, true, for a fact.
Facts.
Alright, man, thank you for coming through.
Thank you, man.
From the tombs of these rap kids who learn to channel God and a back fist. By being good men and even better women, crescent moon, trading sessions when it's good, back to split. preparations for what's urgent, almighty I am. I ain't gotta say nothing else. What's taboo to you don't mean shit to me, dude. The world is cruel, so I think it's nice that I keep it real. Like my dog Paladin was, like those bullets who pulled the trigger and who gotta deal with it. Mathematics, sometimes it's linguistics, other times it's straight physics. She moved my dick with her mind. She's Sabrina, so psychic, we popping out like Alakazam. Sipping in like Gold Dog Gang, goals gripping it.